everyone, and welcome to the first year fall advising makeup session. Today, we will be going over a bunch of information that you will need to help create your plan of study and classes that you will need to take for your major here at UCI. We'd like to begin by introducing ourselves. So can I have the counselors who are here with us today introduce themselves?
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Erica Juarez, and I'm the graduating advisor for our chemical engineering students.
And good morning, everybody. My name is Christy King, and I'm the graduating advisor for civil, environmental, and CSE majors. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Andrea. I'm the graduating counselor for computer engineering. It's nice to see you. All right. So before we go into information about your classes, which I know a lot of you are interested in learning more about, I have to go over some important information. So many of you are already aware that you have an academic hold on your account. It is very important that should you, from here on out, have a hold, whether it's academic or financial, it's important to contact the department that has placed the hold on your account to get the hold removed. Having a hold on your account can prevent you from enrolling in your classes for the next term. So please make sure that you are reaching out to the department that has placed the hold so you can submit any documents or assignments that need to be submitted. Over summer, you all should have received information on your first training. If you have not done so already, please complete that by Friday of week 7. Again, a hold may be placed on your account. For immunization record submission, all of these should have been due. So please make sure to have your immunizations submitted if they have not been done so already. For those of you who have not gotten your flu vaccine, please make sure to have that submitted by November 19th. And last but not least, for UCI Duo and Go, this is a requirement for all UCI students to register for. So if you have not done so, please check out that hyperlink and go to UCI Duo and Go. Should you need to email or contact anybody affiliated at UCI, it's very important that you are utilizing your UCI email. All other emails can be sent to spam or junk automatically. So we want to make sure that if you do have a question that you're reaching out to someone within UCI, that you're utilizing your email. When sending those emails, please make sure to keep those emails professional. Use complete sentences, correct punctuation, grammar, and spelling. It is strongly discouraged to use text language, emojis, and slang. When sending your emails, please include the following: a subject line that includes what the email is regarding, not just question or urgent or academic hold. We'd like to know a little bit more about that. Make sure to include a greeting. Identify yourself with your full name and your student ID number. Describe your question, situation, or concern, and don't forget to close with best wishes, warmest regards, or thank you for your time, and include your name at the bottom. Please keep in mind that we do have a lot of emails coming in, so it's very important that when you email one of us, that you're not CCing multiple counselors when you're only looking for a response from one person. Also, please be patient with us. There are a lot more of you than there are of us, and we receive lots of emails, especially during the enrollment periods. We will respond to emails in the order in which they are received, so please refrain from sending multiple emails with the same question multiple times. One of the reasons that you might want to email us is if your GPA is below a 2.0. So I'd like to go over what that means and what's going to happen should your GPA fall under that category. If your GPA is between a 1.5 and a 1.99, you will be placed on a 1-quarter academic probation. You'll receive an email the following quarter notifying you that you are on probation, along with the steps required to remedy being from probation. If your GPA is between a 1.5 and a 1.99 for 2 terms, you will be required to exit the School of Engineering. It will be strongly recommended that you change your major to undergraduate undeclared, or you would be required to sign an exit contract. And as a reminder, we went over this during summer orientation, but I want to let you know again that we do have a 1.5 rule. So should your GPA fall between a 0.0 and a 1.49, you will also be required to exit the School of Engineering And again, it is recommended that you change your major to undergraduate declared, or you'll be required to sign an exit contract. It's very important that should your GPA fall under 2.0 in either of these categories, that you do not ignore our emails. Our job is here to support you, get you the resources you need to succeed and do well here in your time at UCI. And we will let you all know whether or not you are on academic probation. So please make sure to check your emails and get back to us as soon as possible. Repeating courses. So if you do want to improve your GPA, repeating courses is one of the ways to do that. However, please keep in mind the following. If you get a C or higher, you cannot repeat the course. A C or higher means that you have passed the course. Should you get a C minus or lower, a course can be repeated. Now, generally, a D minus can allow you to continue with your courses, but please keep in mind that certain majors do have graded prerequisites. So if you are in aerospace, chemical, civil, computer science and engineering, environmental, material science and engineering, or mechanical engineering, you all have graded prerequisites for your major. So please make sure to check out the catalog for more information on which classes have graded prerequisites. It is strongly encouraged that you speak with a counselor if you want or need to repeat a course. We are here to help guide you through this process. And if you do need to repeat a course such as math, physics, or chemistry, please keep in mind that physical sciences actually has a repeat policy. So it's important that you refer to the comments section in scheduled classes to make sure when you can add a course that needs to be repeated. Passing and not passing. All engineering and engineering related courses must be taken for a letter grade. At UCI, there's a maximum of 12 units or 3 classes that can count towards your degree, and this can be for GEs or for a minor. If you are interested in a minor, a maximum of 2 courses can be taken pass no pass, and this excludes engineering minors. If you are interested in changing your major, all the courses that you need to take for your change of major must be taken for a letter grade. Please keep in mind that change of grade options can be submitted through Friday of week 10, and this will be done on your student access through the applications tab under enrollment exceptions. Now, as a reminder, a C or better will be recorded as passing, and a C minus or lower will be recorded as not passing. Some enrollment information. So scheduled classes was actually released at the end of week 5, so you will be able to log onto the register and check out which classes are being offered for the winter quarter. You can view the course options, the course dates, finals, and instructor information on scheduled classes. You can view your enrollment window starting Monday of week 7, and this can be accessed through either WebReg or your student access. Now, when we had met over summer, you had your orientation date to add your classes as well as all summer. From here on out, that is no longer going to be the case. Your enrollment window is 48 hours of unrestricted access to WebReg. After those 48 hours are up, you will only be able to access WebReg from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So it's very important that you add your classes during your enrollment window. Priority registration opens Monday of week 8, and all windows will open by Friday of week 10. If you have any questions about how enrollment windows are assigned, feel free to scan the QR code and it will bring you to the registrar's website, and they will tell you how enrollment windows are created and how they're assigned at random. Some enrollment tips. Please keep in mind that we do have course authorizations. So if you completed a course off campus at your local community college, and it is a prerequisite or a co-requisite to something that you will be taking here at UCI, you will need to submit an online form on our undergraduate website. So please make sure to go to the Forms tab on our undergraduate website listed there to submit your course authorization. When you're looking at scheduled classes, please make sure to take note of the final schedule. You want to know if your classes are going to be back-to-back or on the same day. If your classes are on the same day, please make sure, if your finals are on the same day, please make sure that you are allowing yourself enough time to decompress, prep, get some snacks before you take your next final exam. When adding your classes, please make sure to take note of the comments. If you are having problems adding the course, it will tell you in bright bold that a course is either major restricted, you do not meet prerequisites, or if there's a time conflict. Should a course be full, please add yourself to the waitlist if it is available. If it is not available, you will need to find another option. And just as a safety precaution, it's always good to have backup options should a course fill up. And last but not least, please make sure you are enrolling in all components of the course. That means the lecture, the lab, discussion, tutorial, seminar, whatever is required for that course. And please make sure you are enrolling in all components, as you will be dropped if that is not done correctly. I'm now going to hand it off to Erica to go over more information with you.
Thank you, Andrea. Okay, we're going to be discussing writing. So for those of you that have placed into entry-level writing, you need to fulfill that requirement by the start of your 4th term. So essentially, if you place into writing 39A, please make sure you put that into your winter quarter schedule, spring quarter schedule, or you also have the option of taking it over the summer. For those of you that have already satisfied entry-level writing and need to complete your lower division writing, this is typically writing 39B and one additional lower division course. This must be completed by the start of your 7th term. So essentially, your lower division writing must be completed by the start of your junior year. We want to remind you that it is your responsibility to ensure that these courses are completed on time. If you are planning on taking any of these courses during the summer, please make sure that you are taking it during summer UCI. Writing cannot be taken outside of UCI. For those of you that have AP English Lit or Lang and you scored a 4 or 5, this essentially gave you credit for writing 39B, and you now just need to complete writing 39C to complete your lower division writing requirement. For students that place into academic English, please make sure that you are taking academic English every single quarter until you complete the series. We do understand that it may take some additional quarters for you to complete your lower division writing requirement, so please speak to an academic advisor if you have questions on the timeline to complete your lower division writing requirement. Next slide, please. Change of major. So for all of our undeclared engineering students, you can declare any engineering major before the end of your 1st year without meeting the change of major requirements, as long as you are in good academic standing. And what that means is a minimum 2.0 GPA and no Fs on your transcript. If you wait until the end of your 1st year to declare an engineering major, you will then be held to our change of major requirements. If you are in one engineering major and you're hoping to switch to a different engineering major, you do need to meet our change of major requirements first. I recommend that you visit our website, changeofmajor.uci.edu, to see the specific requirements for the major you're intending to switch into. For those of you hoping to switch out of engineering, again, please visit the changeofmajor.uci.edu website for specific requirements on courses that you need to complete. Please note that you should contact an academic advisor in the school that offers your intended major to talk about the change of major requirements specific to their school. Engineering academic advisors cannot advise on majors outside of engineering. So we do recommend that you get in touch with someone in the school that has your major soon. When you are planning out your courses, if you're intending to switch majors, please make sure that you are listing the courses that are required for your new intended major. If you are hoping to switch out of engineering, but you are unsure what major you'd like to declare, we do recommend undergraduate undeclared. This is a great option that will allow you to explore other majors on campus and give you a little bit more time to make that decision. For those of you who are hoping to double major, you cannot request a double major until the end of your 2nd year. We will be looking that you have a minimum 3.0 overall GPA and also a minimum 3.0 engineering GPA. Essentially, we want to make sure you're doing well in your 1st major before we can approve a double. Next slide, please. Okay, minors. So minors are a great addition. It's a great complement to your degree. If you have interests outside of your majors, even interests that don't directly connect with your current major, you can minor in another field. Typically for a minor, it does entail an additional 7 to 9 courses to complete the minor, and that's not including any prerequisites that may be required for those courses. Please make sure that you are checking the catalog for minors that are offered at UCI. In engineering, we have 2 minors. We have one in biomedical engineering and another in material science and engineering. You do not need to apply for a minor, but for tracking purposes, you may request to have the minor added to your degree works. Please note that adding a minor does not clear you for enrollment beyond major restrictions. Next slide. Studying abroad. Many students, this is a really popular question for students. Many students wonder if it is possible to study abroad in engineering. Yes, it is absolutely possible to study abroad even in engineering, but we do tell our students to make sure that you are planning early. So typically 6 months, at least minimum, to a year in advance of planning. We recommend that you meet with a counselor in the Study Abroad Center prior to meeting with your academic counselor here in engineering. When you meet with a Study Abroad counselor, you will learn more about the different programs, when they're offered, and you can get a better idea of what you're interested in. You will then work with your engineering academic counselor to submit courses for review and also decide on which term and year may be best for you to study abroad. For more information, please visit the Study Abroad website. Dealing with stress. So we do understand that the quarter system is quite fast, and you are also in a very challenging major. We want to make sure that you are aware of the resources that are here to ensure that you are successful during your time here at UCI. One thing that we recommend is get to know your professors and TAs. Please ensure that you are visiting your office hours with your professors or TAs should you have any questions about the content that you're learning. Also, all of you do have faculty program advisors specific to your major and department. Top reasons for contacting your faculty advisor would be discussing your major, learning about potential career options, and also learning about internship opportunities. The Counseling Center is also available for students and is a great resource. It is 100% confidential, free for all registered students. They do have licensed psychologists, social workers. They offer individual therapy, group therapy, and they also have mental health consultations. For tutoring, there is department tutoring available for math, physics, and chemistry. We also have LARC, which is a Learning and Academic Resource Center. And last but not least, the Office of Access and Inclusion. They do offer free tutoring with graduate mentors. These are students that completed their undergrad here at UCI, so they've been in your shoes. They also offer a 4.0 club, which is free for all students. It is offered every single Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. in Engineering Hall 2430. Essentially, this is a large study lounge with students, upperclassmen students that are available to assist you with schoolwork, information on campus involvement, and of course, campus resources. Next slide, please. Connect with us. We do want to make you aware that Andrea and myself are both available on Tuesdays for Tea Talk Tuesdays. This is a great opportunity for those of you who have any questions. We're available every Tuesday from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And this Tea Talk Tuesday will continue during week 6 and week 7. Please note the Zoom meeting ID on this screen. We will be discussing topics like schedule of classes, how to navigate WebReg, how to prep for finals. Also, if you have questions on FYFA and planning out your plan of study, please make sure you connect with us then as well. Next slide. All right, we're going to be going into the degree works portion. So at this point, please make sure that you do have something to write with. All of you also received a blank plan of study. Please make sure that you get that out This will help you plan out your courses as we move on into the next portion of the presentation. Next slide. Degree audits. So some of you have been asking about your degree works not being updated. So we did want to make sure that you were aware of what is not an automatic update. For those of you that completed community college courses, this is not automatically updated on your degree works. This is a manual update that needs to be done through our office. For category 6, which is language other than English, for those of you that have fulfilled language other than English, this might not already be reflecting on your degree works. There are many different ways to satisfy this requirement. One would be if you completed 3 years or up to level 3 in high school in the study of the same language. Also, AP scores, 3, 4, or 5 in an AP exam in a language other than English, a 570 or higher on the SAT subject test. Also completing a language here at UCI, completing up to a 1C language course. Many different ways. So if you are wondering if you did satisfy this at the community college or through your high school, please be patient as we are making these updates throughout the fall quarter and your first year. Other things that are not automatically updated are AP and IB scores. This is a manual update that is made by admissions. They are still working through these updates. So again, you may not see these updates reflected yet. Please be patient as we are working through them. If you do need to request a degree audit for community college courses to be updated on your degree works, you can fill out a degree audit request on our undergraduate homepage listed here under the Forms tab. Next slide, please. I'm now going to hand it off to Christy to continue on with the next portion of our presentation.
Great, thank you, Erica. Okay, as Erica mentioned, everybody should have received a blank plan of study. So I'm going to go ahead and ask that you get that out now. If you do not have a blank plan of study, feel free to use anything you have on hand, including an Excel spreadsheet. What we're going to do is walk you through how to plan out your classes for winter and spring based on your fall enrollment. So please do write down your name, your major or intended major if you plan to change your major, and your fall quarter classes, please. You will be receiving a follow-up email that will include these helpful links that we've also included those here. These links will be helpful when you are planning out your courses for the rest of this academic year and your entire time at UCI. Once you have completed your plan of study, we are going to ask that you upload it to a Dropbox link, which will be provided to you following this presentation. Please note that the hold will remain on your account until your plan of study has been reviewed. We're going to begin with your math courses. If you are currently enrolled in Math 1B for fall quarter, please plan Math 2A for winter and Math 2B for spring. You're going to want to work with an advisor to determine whether or not taking Math 2D over the summer is a recommendation for you. If you are currently enrolled in Math 2A for fall quarter, please plan Math 2B for winter, Math 2D for spring. If you are currently enrolled in Math 2B, please plan Math 2D for your winter quarter, and then for spring, please plan Math 3A. Some of our majors do require Math 2A as well, so you can opt to take Math 2A prior to 3A if you are currently ahead in your math requirements. Those majors that do not require Math 2E are biomedical pre-med, computer engineering, and computer science and engineering. Finally, if you are currently enrolled in Math 2D, please plan Math 3A or 2E if your major requires it. And then you will plan either 3A or 3D based on what you choose for winter. Next slide, please. Now I'm going to go over the progression of your physics courses. If you are currently enrolled in Physics 2 and you will be enrolled in Math 2B or have credit for Math 2B for winter, please plan Physics 7C, 7LC for winter, Physics 7D, 7LD for spring. Please note that these courses do include labs. So the LC and the LD are the labs that correspond with the lecture for these courses. If you were currently enrolled in Physics 7C, 7LC, and you will be enrolled in Math 2D or have credit for Math 2D for the winter quarter, please plan Physics 7D, 7LD. And for those majors that require Physics 7E, you can plan Physics 7E in spring. Those majors that do not require Physics 7E are Chemical Engineering, Civil, Computer Science and Engineering, and Environmental. If you are not currently enrolled in a physics course and you're not sure what course to take for winter quarter, we do recommend that you consider taking the physics self-assessment that is on the Testing Center website. If you have not taken a physics course, we recommend that you consider beginning in Physics 2. Physics 2 does require that you be enrolled in or have credit for Math 2A. So if you will be beginning in Physics 2 in winter quarter, you will then take Physics 7C, 7LC in spring, and then discuss with an advisor whether or not it is recommended that you take Physics 7D, 7LD over summer. If you will not be able to take Physics 2 in fall or winter, please note that it is not offered in spring quarter. There is the possibility that you will need to wait until your second year to take Physics 2. Next slide, please. Let's talk about chemistry. So first, I'm going to begin with those majors that do not require any chemistry at all. That is our computer engineering and computer science and engineering majors. Those two majors do not require any chemistry, so you do not need to plan that for your plan of study. For our electrical engineering majors, you are required to complete 1/4 of chemistry. So you should currently be enrolled in Chem 1A or Engineering 1A. And if that is the case, you were done with chemistry for your time at UCI. If you are not enrolled in Chem or Engineering 1A and you do not have credit for that course, please plan Engineering 1A in your winter quarter. Again, that is for the electrical engineering majors. For aerospace and mechanical engineering, you should be enrolled in Chem 1A or Engineering 1A currently, and then you will enroll into Chem 1LE, a 3-unit lab for winter quarter. If you are not currently enrolled in chemistry and you do not have credit for chemistry, please plan Engineering 1A in winter quarter, and then discuss with an advisor where you will take Chem 1LE, as it is not offered in spring. Chem 1LE is only offered in winter or summer. For civil engineering majors, you should currently be enrolled in Chem 1A or Engineering 1A. Please plan Chem 1B in your winter quarter, and then discuss with an advisor what your next course option should be, as you will have several options for your lower division technical elective. If you're not currently enrolled in Chem and you do not have credit for chemistry, please plan Engineering 1A for winter, Chem 1B for spring. And finally, our majors that require a full year of Gen Chem, that is biomedical engineering, biomedical pre-med, environmental, material science, and chemical engineering. For our BME and BME pre-med, you should currently be enrolled in Chem 1A. You will then take Chem 1B in winter, Chem 1C, 1LC for spring. If you are not enrolled in a chemistry course and you do not have credit for it, please plan Chem 1A in winter, Chem 1B in spring, and then discuss with an advisor whether or not it is recommended that you take Chem 1C, 1LC over the summer. For our chemical and material science majors, you should currently be enrolled in Chem or Engineering 1A. Please plan Chem 1B in winter, Chem 1C, 1LC for spring. If you are not enrolled in chemistry and you do not have credit for chemistry, please plan Engineering 1A in winter, Chem 1B in spring, and discuss with an advisor whether or not it's recommended you take Chem 1C, 1LC over the summer. If you are currently in the honors program and you're taking the honors Chem series, you will then enroll into Chem H2B in winter, H2C in spring. Next slide, please. Finally, our major specific courses. For our aerospace, our chemical, our material science, and our mechanical majors, you should currently be enrolled in engineering MAE 10. If you were not enrolled in engineering MAE 10, please plan it for spring quarter. Also note that engineering MAE 10 is not offered in winter. For our BME and BME pre-med majors, you should be enrolled in BME 1 currently. If you are not, please plan BME 1 for winter quarter. Also note that BME 1 is a 3-unit course, so you'll want to plan accordingly so that you can maintain full-time status, which is 12 or more units. For our chemical engineering majors, you should also be enrolled in CBE 1. If you are not currently enrolled in this 1-unit course, please plan it for fall of 2022. This course is only offered in fall quarter. For our civil and environmental majors, please plan CEE 81A in spring quarter. Please note that this is a 3-unit course, so plan accordingly to maintain full-time status, which again is 12 or more units. For our computer engineering majors, you should currently be enrolled in EECS 12. You will then enroll into EECS 31 for winter and EECS 31L, a 3-unit lab for spring. If you were not currently enrolled in EECS 12 and you do not have credit for an engineering or an intro to programming course, we will be moving these courses to your 2nd year. EECS 12 is not offered in winter or spring quarter. I will say that again. EECS 12 is not offered in winter or spring. It's important to note that EECS 12 is a prerequisite for EECS 31, which is a prerequisite for EECS 31L. Therefore, if you are not enrolled in EECS 12 currently, we will be moving all of these courses to your 2nd year. For our electrical engineering majors, something very similar. You should be enrolled in EECS 10, which is a prerequisite for EECS 31 for winter and EECS 31L for spring. If you are not currently enrolled into EECS 10 and you do not have credit for an intro programming course, we will be moving these courses to your 2nd year. Electrical engineering majors should also be enrolled in EECS 1, a 1-unit course. If you are not, we will be moving that to your fall 2022. And finally, our CSE majors. You should currently be enrolled in ICS 31. You will then enroll into ICS 32 and EECS 31 for winter, ICS 33 and EECS 31L for spring. If you were enrolled in ICS 32A, you will enroll into ICS 33 and EECS 31 for winter, ICS 45C and EECS 31L for spring. Now, what we have covered is the most common combination of courses. So if you do not fall within any of these categories that we've discussed, please do make sure that you speak to an advisor. Also utilize the resources that will be provided to you, including the online catalog and the sample program of study. Next slide, please. We've included here our contact information. We always encourage students to consider using our Zot chat for quick questions. You do also want to make sure that you have your ad blocker turned off if you're going to access Zot chat. You can find it on our undergraduate website listed here. Appointments can be scheduled starting next week for our 1st-year students. You can do that by emailing ugngr@uci.edu or by signing into the link tree here and selecting schedule an appointment. This will take you to a Google form that will ask you to provide your availability. You're always encouraged to consider using your resources prior to meeting with an advisor. As I said, the online catalog sample programs study are a great place to start. Next slide, please. We do also have peer academic advisors that are available via Zot chat or walk-in. They can help you with general questions like, how do I meet change of major requirements? What courses should I be taking next quarter? Help you identify campus resources and some basic degree works updates. Their contact information is included here. Next slide, please. We do ask that you follow us on social media. We do post updates here. We also advertise upcoming workshops that may be happening in the School of Engineering. We ask that you also use the hashtags that are included here.
Thank you so much for listening, and we look forward to checking out your plan of studies and the Dropbox link. If you do have any questions, please make sure to stop by the Tea Talk Tuesdays with Erica and myself to go over any additional questions that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you.